Are you ready? Can crush us. It don't really get no better than this. The podcast that you're looking for if you're really heavy into wrestling. Hosted by the Mark. Energy that's so amazing. Gotta keep it entertaining. Rep the Can Crusher Nation. Yeah, you know what's going down in the ring. Lights out when you hit a ding ding. Knock 'em out like boom bada bing. Hold it down, you can crown me the king. Got a shout out to the Miz and Duke the Dumpster. We choke slamming everybody. Power driving, hit 'em with a face buster. Yeah, this the show you need and it ain't no need for waiting. Mark, hold it down for the Can Crusher Nation. All about wrestling and keep it entertaining. Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. Time to break 'em, let's go. Yeah, Can Crushers. Yeah, Can Crushers. Let's go.
Hey, this is former WWE superstar Duke the Dumpster Drosy, and you are listening to the Can Crushers Podcast.
Welcome back to another Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. That sexy voice over there is Sir Michael Jenks. I am Mark the Mark, and we're ready to talk about wrestling. Jenks.
You're going to hype yourself up here, buddy.
About what?
You didn't call my voice sexy. You got to call yourself more sexy.
Oh, I am all sexy.
Yeah, exactly. He's the total package over there.
Dude.
Put respect on you.
There's allegations already, Jenks, on me, so.
We won't go there. But
we don't need any of that.
All right.
Don't put anything on that. Jenks, I'm going to start off and tell everybody one thing. I made another crazy-ass purchase. I'm not going to blatantly tell everybody what it is because I don't know if it's legal or illegal or what I have going on, but I'm sure excited to watch TV in, like, the Netherlands.
You know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, and if it tells you, I need some Scandinavian television in my life, then you get some Scandinavian television in your life. That's all we can say.
Right. That's my big thing for the week. Yeah, other than that, it's been work and adulting and not playing video games again. I played a little bit over the weekend, as you guys heard that we both were locked and loaded the weekend.
Oh, we were.
The work week starts again and you're like, oh shit, I have to adult all weekend again.
Sometimes it's not fun, you know. This whole week has been, we gamed all weekend. I had a great streak going Saturday. Sunday, I blow a 28-7 lead against my arch nemesis now. And now, Touchdown Jesus is not my friend right now. That's all I'm going to say about that. But then it's just a busy week all around, you know, adulting, as you say, wedding stuff, work stuff, fam stuff, whatever it is. I'm just busy week all around. Just trying to make it through.
Touchdown Jesus and I are boys though right now.
So I will say, I didn't tell you this off air, but when you said I'm going to Notre Dame, I'm like, that's the worst thing you could say to me right now. Like my visceral hatred for Notre Dame is unmatched, and it's only in the video game format.
I held it in text, and I'm like, not only does he doesn't like Notre Dame, the team, like the real kids, not the kids, but like the team.
It's one of those things where I will root for Notre Dame if it's against like Alabama, Ohio State, things of that nature. But if it's just Notre Dame, I have no problem watching them just lose at that point. But now they're beating me twice in a season. I'm blowing leads to them, and this guy just goes, "Oh, I just signed on as a head coach at Notre Dame," and I'm like,
"What did I tell you in the text?" Because I played 2 full fucking seasons between Saturday and Sunday.
You were not happy.
And I didn't get an offer, like not even a downgrade offer. That I'm like, get me out of East Carolina. I can't do anything else here. Nothing. Like, they crowned me the epicenter coach. You cannot beat my record in East Carolina, ever. So what more could I do? I'm like, fuck, I just want out. No offer after a year. I'm sending Jenks pictures. I'm like, look at this shit. Maybe I'll get one in week 2 of the offers when other things play. I don't care. I'll go to Wyoming. Nothing. I'm like, this is stupid. Week 3 comes along. Boom. Nothing. So I didn't play one of the years. So I can't say that my record, take off 13 wins from my record.
Yeah.
But boom. Because I have them so good, they still went undefeated.
Yeah.
Even just simming the games, I now have those people there. It's not fun anymore. Just winning is not
You need a
fun.
challenge. Yeah.
You could put the good teams up and whatever. It's a 28-27 victory. They found a way to win. But when you're playing kids in the teams in your division, those games weren't close, even simmed.
No. Yeah.
And it's like, I want a Heisman on the sim. Okay, I did what I needed to do there. Please get me out of there. The only head coach that came up was Notre Dame. Other ones wanted me to go to an OC or DC.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that. I have now won 4 fucking national championships. Why? Unless I'm going to the NFL, I'm not going to be an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator in college football.
Exactly.
So I had to go to Notre Dame. What if it was Notre Dame and Syracuse? Nothing against Syracuse, but I would have picked Cuse. I would have been, all right, I have to beat Pitt twice every year or once every year or whatever. I would have swallowed that pride of beating Pitt to get Syracuse better. It was Notre Dame or bust. Fuck. Notre Dame. But I'll tell you, I said this off air to Jenks, you can see the kids on the game difference.
Oh, yeah.
The kids that are starting for East Carolina compared to the kids that are backup for Notre Dame on the game, the kids that are backup on Notre Dame are definitely starting on East Carolina. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, yeah.
The amount of talent is so much different.
Oh, I believe that.
Even in the fucking game. Even in the game. So I don't want to stay with Notre Dame too long. You know, 1 or 2 years, get me out of there. Get me to fucking Pitt. And then I'll stay there the next, listen, I'm on 2031. How long's a dynasty? 30 years?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm 6 years into my dynasty and not where I want to be. I'm getting angry. I almost reset Jenks. But I'm like, the fucking coach is too good.
Yeah.
I can't.
You got to commit now. It's all about committing to it now. I will say that I'll give Notre Dame its props. It's, to your point, they're everywhere. These kids, playing them, I'm like, what is happening? Just the speed of closing on them, legit, absolute legit in Notre Dame. But man, it's so frustrating when you have to play them twice a year. So you coaching them,
look out!
Have at it. Yeah. You look out. You're definitely getting what you need to get. But it's like, playing them twice a year is such a pain in the ass. Like, because you get burned every single time.
Are you playing them twice a year because you play them in your season, then you end up playing them like either the
ACC title game? Yeah. So I put Notre Dame in the ACC.
I put them in a Big Ten.
Okay, that's fair. So I put them in the ACC, and so I would naturally have to play them because I put UCF in the ACC. Played them first. We're in the same division, so I'm getting them every year. It's the crack. To me, it's like I'd rather have the challenge. I'm going to be pissed about it because I'm probably going to lose now because I'm going to get so far up these other teams' asses that I'm beating the shit out of them. Walking to Notre Dame and their pro level just blitzing all over the place. But, yeah, it's twice a year because of the ACC title game.
You're on one side, they're on the other side.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
I got one of the, hey, I'm signing on right off the bat. Like, it was week 0, I offered a kid a contract, 5-star kid, by the way. Offered him a contract. Instantly, the ND comes up right beside him. I'm like, oh, this is the power that I have now? I don't know if it's a coaching thing because I'm on, like, level 28 or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if it's because it's Notre Dame. And
right.
They offered a contract. I'm like, oh shit, I just got a 5-star player and I'm not even in week 0 yet.
Yeah.
So
The fun is, I was going after a quarterback. He commits to Florida State 2 weeks before I play him. Do you know how sweet it is to sit there and just smoke Florida State after this kid signed with them? I'm like, you made the wrong choice, bro. Yeah, you made the wrong choice. And I just smoked them for that.
maybe he sits a year at Florida State and you see him in the portal the following year.
Would never pick him up.
You hate him.
I'm going to be petty. I'll be petty.
Do you remember names, by the way? I don't remember any names that I...
The only one I kind of remember right now is Dan Hurley, because he was my first recruit that said, yeah, I'm coming to your school. He's a linebacker. That's the one I remember. I remember the guy that didn't, the quarterback that signed with Florida State, his last name was Hurley, too. So that's the only reason I remember.
You got something for Hurley's?
No, it's just they were pretty well ranked and all that. So I was like, I'll throw my hat in the ring, see what happens. But
and then he said, fuck you.
he did say fuck you, and then I said fuck you right back and smoked his team.
You're never playing here. I don't care if you're going to be a Heisman and you want to transfer here. You're not coming.
He's not getting a chance at my school. We're in the playoff now. We win the national title. Sorry, bro. Missed out. We got
See ya.
West Virginia's up next, so we got to take them down.
I hate them. Both.
I know you do.
I hate you better throttle them.
I'm waiting till it's Notre Dame and us again for the third time this season in the national title game. Because that's how the brackets will work out, is if I win, they win, it's national title game again.
Nice.
Oh my God.
It's going to set up that way.
It's going to happen. I already know it.
Nice. Live stream it. Live stream
Yeah,
it.
we're going to live stream my anger.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
All
right.
Anything else?
On college football front? No, not on college football front.
Me neither. I said I was going to set up a dynasty for me, you, and a friend, my cousin, essentially, Soup, that's been on the podcast years ago. I didn't do that because I was mad at the game and I wanted to get through dynasty to get to where I was or am or want to be, and it didn't happen. I was also getting mad that I told Jenks, I said, hey, I'm gonna put down dynasty. I'm gonna start the road to the pro or whatever the hell that's called. I didn't do that because I was still mad at dynasty and I had to prove my point. So I stuck and stayed 2 days with dynasty. We'll see. Maybe this weekend we'll try dabbling. I definitely need to create the league.
Yeah.
I do need to create the league. But other than that, yeah, I got some wrestling to watch this weekend. I got some moving and jucking around the house this weekend. We're doing this way early, but that's all right. We'll just say goodbye at the end instead of saying what we're doing. But yeah, that's where I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I got things on the docket. It could be may go down to celebrate Erie. That's going on up here this weekend, but it's going to rain Saturday, so we'll see what happens. And then Sunday, going with the niece, school shopping and all that, hitting up the Grove City around down by Pittsburgh and that, a little north of Pittsburgh. But yeah,
Big outlet.
Nice big outlet mall.
Maybe you can find some sweet Nike shoes, like somebody you know.
Oh man, I can't match those. Describe those to Kimberly.
That I know. That
I actually need to ask you. I need a picture of your shoes because I described them. She's like, I can't even fathom what these look like. She doesn't believe me. So yeah.
I'll send you a picture after so you can. Yeah. Then next week you can give me the recap of how much she wants a pair of them now. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, making people jealous left and right.
Hey, I try anymore. I try. I am definitely turning into the heel of everything, so let's just rock and roll on that. Hot topics, Jenks. One came out today as of recording. A little bit different day than normal, but that's okay. I have one that I want to bring up, and then I'll let you run.
I have one from today, so I'm wondering if it's the one I have from today. So go ahead. It has to be.
Are we all in on both of this?
Yes, we are all in on both of this. It's a hot topic because it's going to be hot as hell.
It's going to be unbelievably hot. All In 2025 already announced to be in Texas.
Arlington.
Yeah.
An open
where
baseball
the Rangers
stadium.
play.
Where the Rangers play. Open baseball stadium. Do you know what the average temperature in Texas is in July?
Like 108, isn't it?
Not that high. It's average 96, but it does get up to 105 at some point. So, low of 77. They're going to be sweating their goddamn balls off and non-balls.
Right. And what's the difference between us? 2 hours, right?
2 hours, yeah.
So it'll start at 7 o'clock our time, 5 o'clock their time.
Yeah. Yep.
The sun's still out.
That sun's still out. It hasn't gone down yet.
The first 5 matches on the 14-card docket that we're already preparing for 2025, they better have some Prime or some Gatorade or something.
An air conditioner in that fucking ring or something. Fans blowing down. That's going to be...
Maybe they want a little bit of mist that day.
Maybe. Just
I didn't know how the tarp would work, but something.
Yeah.
Sorry, fans, you're going to get wet, but because there's no dome in Arlington, right?
No, it's open stadium.
Yeah.
So you're putting it in a wide open Texas heat in the middle of summer. Which now that also brings up the thing to me, and a little bit of the concern to me is, what are you doing about the Calgary Stampede? That's around the same time of year. Are you going straight up to Calgary afterwards, or no? You're screwing with that whole thing. Is the Owen not a thing anymore?
They bump it?
Did they bump it? What is happening? But when they do it in Calgary, it's right around the same time as the Stampede that's up there. It happens that same week in July. What's happening? There's other ripple effects, I think, that are happening that nobody's putting together right now.
Maybe it was only a 3-year deal with the Owen Foundation. I mean,
it could be, and maybe they have already expressed that they're not going to sign additional years for it, and that's it.
Yeah. But they did announce as well this week they're going down under too.
Yeah. They're going to Australia
for one of their mega shows. Do
Yeah.
we think we get Double or Nothing there? Or All Out?
I think it's All Out. That's why they're moving it all into Texas, because All Out's going to be in Down Under.
The international show.
It's the international show.
They're swapping All In and All Out to international. Yeah.
Which, now, let's look at the flip side of this, is smart, because you put those pay-per-views a week within each other.
Right.
Now you're able to kind of flux it out. You can spread it out a little bit more. That kind of helps with avoiding that congestion that's going to happen this year, because I don't know what the hell we're going to get at All Out.
No clue. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of matches made on the 25th for the following week.
Yeah, because they're not going to announce anything until the 25th. Because you give away half your results at that point.
Right. Hey, by the way, AEW listened. Again, Tony, you're welcome. We'll get there, but a lot of other stuff is starting to unfold.
Yeah.
Instead of the week of. At least it's a couple weeks out. We're like, I might be able to get invested in this now.
Exactly. It's, okay, we're going to do this slowly. Hey, here's a couple matches here. Here's a couple matches there. We got the big ones already set. Now we can kind of slowly unveil them in that. So he's finally doing something. He's listening to us. He's got the ears to the grind again, if you will.
You're welcome. We'll just say that. You're welcome. Do you have anything else on the wrestling?
I don't know if you saw this, but according to former WWE host Matt Camp, Roman and Riddle, they had to be separated because they have real life heat with each other, and Riddle was running around saying he could beat Roman easily in a fight. Obviously Roman as a proud Samoan and tribal chief, did not take too kindly to that. But Riddle pissing everybody off, I guess. Anyway. Again, his mouth is writing checks that he can't cash. Now, I'm not saying, I don't know if he could beat Roman straight up in a fight, but him against the 50 Samoans that could be hanging out backstage at part of his bloodline now is not going to help his odds of winning that fight.
And any of the elders as well.
In the elders, yeah. And you lay one finger on Roman, probably not going to go boost well for any of your standing in the locker room.
Is he? Do you think he's speaking about a fight in the ring, or just like one on the south side down by Pittsburgh, like back alley fight?
I think he wanted to fight him for real.
Yeah.
I think he ran his mouth backstage, and Roman walked up to him and said, "Listen, I don't. Why
You're
you
not on my
shit?
show. You're not on my show. See
You're
ya.
not on my show. Why are you talking shit? Get the hell out of here."
Yeah, I did see that, and I read the article and rolled my eyes. I'm like, okay, Matthew, you do you again, buddy.
Yep. That's some people, they don't learn. They just don't learn.
Not at all. Time and time and time again.
Yeah.
Any others?
Nah, not really. Gotta talk all in, and then Riddle being a dumbass, so no more on my end.
No more on my. Those were actually my two as well. I knew we both were going to start with All In because that came out as recording today. So I'm like, ooh, that's going to be different. So
it's going to be different. It's going to be hot as hell. It's going to be something else. So, hey, more power to him. Hopefully, it's going to be a great show, nonetheless. So we'll see what happens.
We're not knocking the show yet at all. We're just saying you pick your venues correctly and have extra EMT there, because I'm worried about the fans that aren't going to be protected.
That's 100% accurate. Baseball stadiums obviously are designed to be opened. You're going to have something over the thing, probably cool jets blowing on the ring. Your fans are not going to be cooled. That's just not how that works. So you made the point. Pick your venues smart. Smart venue choices at the appropriate times of year will take you far in life. But
I bring that up because, no disrespect to people that don't deal with that weather. This is, All In is their, I'm going to say it, their WrestleMania, their show, right? Their everything. This is the world traveled show for AEW. People will be coming from all over.
Yep.
They don't know how to, and I'm not knocking Can Crusher Nation or anybody in the world. They don't know how to climatize, I guess, if that's a word, to be prepared for what 108 humidity could be.
Well, that's a valid point, too. People coming around the world, think about the UK. They were going through record heat in their own thing this year, and it only got up to 75, 78. And, yeah, I know fans in the UK and all that are like, well, that's fucking hot. Well, yeah, it is. But over here,
that's a nice day.
We kind of love that. We love that kind of day. It's not as bad. It's not as hot. It's just temperate enough. So, depending on where you're at in the world, your body's not adjusted to it. You're coming from the UK to fucking Texas, and 108, you're going to be fucking sweating buckets and praying to God that there's a water fountain that you can just stand under for 8 hours.
Which that's usually how long the pay-per-view is.
Yeah, that's exactly how long the pay-per-view is. So you're praying for a rain all day.
Bring a loan, by the way, too, when you come over, because water will be $15 for 12 ounces, probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's cheap.
That's very cheap. Especially in Texas, that's cheap.
Right.
I just saw something while we were talking. I guess, okay, this was reported as fake news, but did you see the TikTok video? There's one guy on TikTok that just basically tells stories about, random guys, and it's about, or random people, and it's like, it always says the video, see, this is X and X, and he had a problem. And then he describes, like, how just shitty this person can be or the situation that they're in. The guy just did a 2-minute video of Vince McMahon and ran through everything. Just like, see, Vince McMahon had a problem, and he didn't name anybody in the lawsuits, but he named, like, the storyline with Stephanie, where he was talking about being the child's father, and then tried to have it be Shane, et cetera, et cetera. The reason I thought of that is because I saw it this week, obviously. It came out yesterday. Over 200,000 likes as when I saw it. Instantly. Does a great job. I can't remember his name. I'll try to find it here. But I saw something pop up. Somebody had falsely reported that Linda McMahon said Vince's health is deteriorating very rapidly at this point. No, we can't confirm that or anything like that. But at the same token, boy, the man just ran through the ringer yesterday on TikTok, and it ain't stopping anytime soon.
No.
But
yeah, I know we haven't touched on the legality central in a while for Vince's issue, but it's a lot of this, a lot of that, it's in the pissing match stage right now before you go to court, so it's nothing really to talk about if you have not looked at it either.
Yeah. If you run across it, 2-minute recap is pretty much what you need to know right now.
That's it. All right, we're going to pay the bills correctly this week instead of...
We did it correctly last week. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we had that planned last week. But let's tell you about Collar and Elbow. Hats, hoodies, tees, all the cool stuff that Al Snow and the Hooligans have down at Collar and Elbow. Go and check them out. I did get an email that they're going to have new merch here pretty damn soon, so make sure you keep your eyes on that. Buy it all up and use our promo code, right, Jenksy? Yeah, and if you didn't know, it's Can Crushers. Save yourself 10% off. Hopefully you know how to spell that, but it's CANCRUSHERS. So use Can Crushers. Save yourself 10% off. You could also use our affiliate code, though, for WWE Shop. It's in the show notes. If you look at the show notes, you may get a discount, you may not, but the link helps us out. So go buy your new merch for Roman Reigns, since Tribal Chief can OTC represent. So buy your new merch today, which they can also do for us, right? Yeah, you can head over to CrowdMade and check out Can Crushers page on CrowdMade. See our hoodies, our sweatshirts, our tanks, our tees, the cool stuff that we have there. Represent Can Crushers at your local wrestling or AEW or WWE, TNA, NWA, Elevate Pro, GCW. Do you want me to stop? Wherever
keep going. How long can you go?
To watch wrestling, wear one of our Can Crusher shirts, and people say, who the hell are Can Crushers? Well, let me tell you, it's Toronto's favorite podcast.
That it is. Oh, Canada. All right. We're not going to try to sing the rest of it. So, there's no lies.
Yeah,
no lies.
We'll just live on Dubby then. We'll live on Dubby, right?
Live on Dubby. You can save 10% off using the promo code Can Crushers. Mark lives and dies and breathes by Dubby. That's how he gets through the day.
Drink a day and it's good for me. But I take a drink a day and it keeps me going. Two scoops in the morning, throw it in my shaker. I am doubling up on Beach and Peach right now. I think the Callow Cream may have weaned a little bit. Listen, it's peach season.
Yeah.
In general, so peach is where it's at right now. I only want peach stuff. So that's mine. There's also like dragon fruit and punch and all that stuff that other people would like. Take 2 scoops, throw it in your shaker, shake it up. There's no crash, there's no carbonation, there's no calories. It keeps me going from early morning until late at night, and I feel great. It gives you that little boost kick in the nuts to say, hey, let's rock through the day. Dubby. That should be their fucking logo, by the way.
I love that logo.
Yeah.
I think it should happen.
How
do we make that happen? Where do we submit that at?
Where do we submit that? Well, W probably. Just go to w.org and
that's fair.
do everything you need.
That's fair. So
They also do have a sample pack real quick for $20. They give you a couple flavors in the shaker to see if you like it. The promo code Can Crushers also works on that as well, so you would get it for 10% off of 20.
Nice. Very nice. They can listen to us in a lot of different places. They can listen to us ramble on, talk about college football, maybe some wrestling, who knows. But you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, any real podcasting network that's out there. We've listed them all before in previous shows, so go ahead and go back to that one if you need to listen to it. We're also on YouTube. It's still video, but you can hear our sultry voices on YouTube as well. So
I'll tell you, like, subscribe, and share that YouTube. That continues to grow. And I'm not saying this. Everybody that watches and listens to us on YouTube, can you write into us? And we'll give you the email here in a second. What do you like about it on YouTube, that you can just blare it over the TV room around your house or something like that? Because YouTube, that continues to grow. And I'm not saying this. Everybody that watches and listens to us on YouTube, can you write into us? And we'll give you the email here in a second. What do you like about it on YouTube, that you can just blare it over the TV room around your house or something like that? Because the numbers, when we did the YouTube transition to get it on there, I was like, if we get couple, that's pretty cool. Whatever. Yeah. It's another venue, about whatever, avenue, way to
venue,
go.
Avenue, whatever. I use them interchangeably. You're fine.
But what do you like about just the audio on YouTube? Because there's times that we're transparent, right? There's times when I'm looking at numbers, I'm like, ooh, wait, YouTube is just blown. I'm not going to name one, this other spectrum out of the water this week. And I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's awesome that you guys want to listen to us on YouTube. Yeah. So let us know. Anywhere. But YouTube, especially with the growth and all that, to Mark's point, what is it about it? It can't be that you like staring at us for 3 hours.
You only stare at the thumbnail that I create.
I agree.
Because I'm lazy and I don't want to edit video.
So, yeah, what is it? What makes us stand out? What makes us stand out on there? Is it better audio quality? What is it? Let us know.
Yeah. And how can they let us know? Or Jenks, submit a question for Ask Can Crushers, which is coming up in September.
Yes. You can submit the question. You can let us know at cancrushers69@gmail.com, or you can leave us a lovely phone message at 814-299-6687. Don't get too long in the rambling, but ask us a question there as well. Let us know.
Or you could drop us a DM on any of our socials, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Threads is out there, but trust me, it is just copy and paste on Threads. I'm not even. It is. You know what, Jenks? I'll pull the curtain back a little bit. I did go on Threads again this week just to see. Bailey caught me.
Bailey's like, why would you do that?
Just to see what's going on. It should really just be called Porn Threads because it's just that bad.
It just doesn't sound. It's never sounded appealing. There's no need for it. And now it's that.
Only threads.
Only thread. Yeah, only threads. I think that's it for paying the bills.
It is paying, yeah.
What I want to tell you right now is I actually did come up with a question for Ask Can Crushers. I have one in the bank right now. It's more fun than anything, so I think it'll be a hell of a discussion when the time comes for Ask Can Crushers.
Okay, well then we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back. I don't know where we're going to start with. Wrestling. We'll let you know when we come back. And just so you stick and stay, we'll tell you the date that we're doing Ask Can Crushers so you start getting your shit in.
What's up, guys? This is Devlin Macabre, and you are listening to Can Crushers. And always remember, guys, violence is the answer.
Welcome back to Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast, guys. We're ready to talk about WWE. Did you think we were going anywhere else? No. Listen, it's hot. It's where the money is. You're speaking of TikTok. Did you see the stupid trend out right now, by the way, Jenks, that give me the money, and like 4 people stand in the fucking circle, give me the money, everybody does it, but the last person that does it doesn't get cheered. I don't understand it. You haven't seen it yet, have you?
I haven't seen that fucking trend yet, and you know what? Would never fucking understand it to begin with.
I don't understand it. Like 2 or 3 people, well, definitely more than 2, have to be standing around, and they pretend to start talking, and they're like, "Oh, give me the money!" They clap. Second person, give me the money. They clap. The third person, give me the money. They clap. The fourth person kind of gets into it and says, give me the money. And they just look at him like nothing. And that's the video.
I can guarantee you right now, I would have no idea why that fucking is a thing.
Right? But I hear somebody upstairs laughing his nuts off over it. Am I that far out of the loop at 47 compared to a 17-year-old?
I would say no, because I'm 36 and I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't get that. I haven't seen it, but I don't get it. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
All million of them on there are the same thing. So there's nothing to see. By the way.
You know, if it was show me the money and then Shane McMahon came out at the end and just started dancing, then okay, I'm all in. I'll be all in Texas at that point if that happened, but it didn't.
Yeah. All right. WWE, Jenks. What do you want to talk about?
Oh man. Let's get the tribal chief coming out of the way first. Let's do that.
It's not getting him out of the way. It's showing the importance.
You're right. It's acknowledging your tribal chief is back, and he ain't putting up with solo shit for nothing at this point.
And do you see what's in front of me, Jenks? Do you see this big, meaty crow in front of me?
Yeah, I do.
You are exactly right. They are definitely keeping Jacob away from Roman for a while.
They know this is 100% what they're going to do.
I want to see that more than him against Solo.
See, and that's the key here, because that's going to be the biggest. They're using Jacob. They're really booking Jacob great right now.
Yeah.
Because now they are going to make him the absolute monster that destroys Roman Reigns. And that's going to shoot his stock so fucking high. Or he's going to be the double agent for Roman Reigns, because that's still a thing.
It's still a thing. I think it's complete brilliance. Once they said the Freebird rule is in effect, and they kept them. Like, he didn't even come out limping last week to help. He's just gone. He got hurt, we understand. He's just gone for undisclosed time.
I think they also were smelling that the fans love Jacob.
Yeah.
And now I think they're very much toying with the idea. It might not have been a possibility before that he was going to be a double agent, if you will, for this. But the fans maybe now because of the fans' reaction to him, which we figured was going to happen, it was going to be very favorable very quickly. WWE might be saying, okay, maybe even if he got legitimately hurt, maybe he comes back as a babyface. Maybe he comes back to help Roman, because they're not going to boo him.
Right. Yeah, as soon as he walks back, wherever it is.
Whatever. People are going to cheer him. They're going to love it. They're going to embrace it. How do you put that into the storyline?
Stir the pot time.
Do it.
Is he the heir apparent then, now, as we're all talking?
I think he has to be. I think he becomes Roman's heir apparent at that point. Yeah. I think so, because why not? Jay's not going to take it. Jay's moved on. Jimmy's not going to take it. They've already buried him.
He needs to rebuild.
He needs to rebuild a lot. And I think Jacob right now is sitting. He's athletic. He's a fan favorite. He's the double agent. He's the right-hand man for it.
Yeah. This crow tasted pretty good, by the way. Because I'm like, no, he really got hurt. He really got hurt. Roman being back just does something. It really does. Like, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't expect him to talk last week.
Yeah.
He didn't. He did what he needed to do. Now I need to know. Like, it's not that I'm not going to watch SmackDown that you guys already know about. But, man, I need to know what he says. Like, he could say, hi. And I'm like, oh, my God, Roman said hi.
It's going to come down to why is Roman? What's the intention with Roman? We know the surface level. Solo usurped the bloodline, usurped the tribal chief chair, whatever. What's the deep down happening? What is deep down happening with Roman Reigns and his thought process around it? That's what we need to know. We need to pick Roman Reigns' brain to understand what the OTC is thinking here.
I know I'm going to go back to about a year and a half ago. Is this where we get the elders now? Maybe just like Solo. This is not what the bloodline is about.
I don't know if we do. At this point, if you haven't introduced them back into the storyline yet.
Oh, I know. I knew you were going to say that.
Well, yeah. They could make the argument that, well, here's what they could do. An elder representative maybe is coming the next week or something like that. A week out, they'll announce that. 95% chance that's The Rock is going to be the elder representative for it. And that's how you explain all the actions and everything. There's a 5% chance. Maybe it's Rikishi. Maybe it's somebody else. But they're going to do it in a way where it's like, we're going to have a relevant piece to the story. Somebody that's actually going to do something in the storyline and be active in it. That's who we're going to bring back as part of it.
Yeah. That's no knock on any of the real elders.
Right.
I really don't think we're going to get a video package from them or anything. You know, just sending WWE down to their homes or something and recording it. I just don't see that happening.
But you know what? That would be a powerful fucking message, wouldn't it?
It would be.
We're doing a lot with the taping of the Wyatt Six, and it's like, why wouldn't we why not do that? Why not produce that cinema? WWE is the entertainment value of the wrestling world with wrestling to enhance the storyline. So why not get the remaining elders together, get a Rikishi, get the rest of it together and say, speak freely. Just input. Have a tribal council meeting, if you will.
I'd be for it, but I don't know. Like
it definitely might not happen, but it would be a powerful segment nonetheless.
Yeah, it would be. I want to talk about the Cody and Cody calling his shots. And again, this is a week of Crow. Because I'm like, oh man, Cody's going to go after Shinsuke again, or he's going to go after Bob Smith, that wrestler that we always talk about. Cody comes out after everything happens to start SmackDown. I was like, oh, all right, we're only getting a one-off because the next segment gives it away essentially. We're going to only get a one-off of Cody and KO. That's a match I'm very much interested in. Do I think KO is going to win? No, not at all. But I think it's going to be better than Cody and Shinsuke.
Oh, it's 100% going to be better than Cody and Shinsuke. But it's also preparing us for a larger story down the road because that sets up perfectly for Cody Randy at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, Randy, he's with Gunther right now. he's going to fight Gunther, but we'll call the spade a spade, and everybody knows this. He's not beating Gunther. He's just putting him over. He's basically facing Gunther, give him another notch in his belt, beating him twice, but also putting his shoulders down cleanly and beating him.
Right.
Then he's going to come back to Cody.
The match is going to be a fucking banger, though.
The match will be a banger between KO and Cody, no doubt.
No, I meant between Randy and Gunther, too.
Oh, yeah, that of course that one's going to be a banger. Although the combination of the four involved is going to be a banger somehow, some way. But, bringing it back, Randy's going to be like, oh, he gave you a title shot? Well, let me ask him for a title shot. Cody's going to give him a title shot, not thinking the Viper's coming for me. The Viper's trying to justify his place in this new landscape, in this jungle, and he's going to strike. Maybe they fight once. Cody barely escapes with a victory. That ain't going to sit well with the Viper. The Viper ain't going to play those games.
Prediction, that happens. I don't think Cody escapes with a victory.
I don't think so either. I think Orton gets one more title reign.
Yeah.
Because I think they're giving the dog a bone for sacrifice in 2025.
Yeah.
For, what is it, the 17th reign coming up?
I think so.
We got to revisit it one more time. And
wouldn't that be a pretty cool WrestleMania moment on your final year?
Final year, you're going to be world champion. And then SummerSlam or something, find somebody to dethrone him.
Yeah. It could be 17. I don't think the number 17 means more than the reign of 17. It could honestly be the following night, and people.
It could be. Yeah, you're right.
Won't care.
No, it's the fact that he got the 17th World Championship, that he broke the record. That's the moment. His record.
WWE's record. Which they want.
Yep, exactly.
Because Ric Flair's is, we said this many times, but I have to get it out now. Ric Flair's is spread out between many companies.
Yep.
John Cena's is only in the WWE.
Yeah.
So. Speaking of Cena, did you see, and I was shocked that it was this many. He released earlier this week how many shows he is doing in 2025. 36.
Yeah.
Listen, I know people can math. That's 3 a month. That's definitely more than I thought.
Yeah.
And I know they'll probably be heavy prior WrestleMania. I'll just throw that out there. Trickling off towards a year, you might get a month or two that he's only got one.
Well, so I'll play that card and say maybe it's not. Because if they're going to walk and give him the title at that point, if he's getting the title, he's got to be there for the summer. So they're going to give him 3 shows a summer. Cena's going to be 3 month shows here, boom. We move on.
Champ over in Saudi.
Do that for a minute. Do this, do that. Come back, drop the title. Okay, now we'll build it back up. It could very well be tapering off towards the end of the year whenever he drops the title. So maybe they get him 4 for the months when he's champion. Like once every week he's coming to the shows. To your point, 36 is a hell of a lot for a man that's approaching 50. He's just over the hill in 45 and all that. I think he's 45 at this point. He's on the right.
You just called somebody 2 years younger than me over the fucking hill. I hate you right now.
Well, over the hill is 40, by the way.
Trust me, I know. I'm almost under the hill half the time.
No, but if you're John Cena, let's put this. Are you wrestling 36 shows?
You can't see me if I'm John Cena.
Well, exactly. You're not wrestling. That's the other thing is he wrestling 36 shows or is he just appearing in 36 shows?
Right.
Yeah.
I bet you it's 10 matches with 26 more appearances.
I'll give it once a month. Vessels.
12 and 24 then.
Yep, 12 and 24.
Yeah. I know we said we're going to go all over the place, and we'll get more heavy on Raw here in a second. Wow, A-Town Down, Profits, and then the other tag match of DIY against Pretty Deadly, the Qualify, I'm just not in on the qualifying things just because the Bloodline doesn't have a number one contender to force feed it that they are going to be defending their champion. How about you give, I'm going to throw them out there, Pretty Deadly. They're on for 3 straight weeks on SmackDown,
Mm-hmm.
and they beat these 3 teams, no matter hook or by crook. And I know they lost, but I'm just using them as an example. By hook or by crook, let them become the number one contenders by proving that they're not just they do a tournament, because this isn't a tournament to me, a tournament for nothing right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the Super Indie tournament that we get jazzed up about at IWC. It's not the Crockett Cup that's really awesome. It's not WrestleMania 4 tournament. This is just like, hey, we're going to put 3 together matches, essentially, and we're going to call it a tournament. How about build up that Pretty Deadly is pretty awesome?
Yeah.
By
Build
giving
up
them
the
wins
team.
over people.
Well, that's exactly it. They should be. Well, it goes back to the old thing that they never go to records. Your wins and losses matter. So are they going to give them a win when are they going to give them the wins? This has been the classic thing with the tag team division. They don't have enough teams to do a proper tournament, so they can only do 4. And then, even then, they're scrapping the barrel at that point, because it is what it is.
The Pretty Deadly shouldn't have been in this, because they have nothing. They have
nothing. But to that point, I think DIY should have been given the world title, given a rematch.
But they don't do rematches anymore.
It would have made more sense than this.
Yeah. I would imagine they're getting it, right? They won, and who the hell won the other match? The Profits won.
The Profits won. Which, let's talk about that one. Profits won a tag team match, first of all. Second of all, against A-Town Down, which, well, we know they're basically on the way down at that point. But the Profits have just been sitting around in obscurity since they lost the tag team titles 4 years ago. 3 years ago, whenever that was. They haven't had any success.
Not at all.
My hope right now.
Why are they broken up? Why isn't Ford by himself?
Ford should have been by himself a long time ago.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm hoping for is obviously DIY and the Profits are a banger, which it should be. But DIY wins the tournament, and they're not sacrificing Ford and Dawkins for just a random tag team title loss. But then again, that does them a disservice because they're going to lose to DIY.
Who's going to get destroyed by the Bloodline?
Mm-hmm.
So who gets the power build here? Clearly we understand, yes, it is going towards the Bloodline. We understand that aspect of the storyline. There's only 3 other tag teams, and you've just destroyed them with one match.
You've discredited all of them.
Yeah.
So to your point, you give Pretty Deadly a couple wins, or Pretty Deadly just somehow wins a fake battle royal. Let's say they throw a battle royal would have made more sense than that. This tournament, they win by a fluke. They get destroyed by the Bloodline. Nobody bats an eye.
No.
People laugh at that point.
Because that's what that match was then meant for.
Yep, exactly.
Not only was their tag team eliminator tournament qualifying, whatever they're calling them, matches, in the mix of both of them, yes, there was a couple segments of chatting in between. It went from the tag team eliminator to the U.S. number one title eliminator back to another tag team eliminator match.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't have anybody build up for LA Knight. I thought Santos has been built up for LA Knight for about 6 months.
Yeah.
So you just have to have him get a win over Andrade, who's poor Andrade. He went from being fucking amazing in WWE to, oh my God, Andrade's in AEW. He's going to really showcase something. We're so excited. He did more in CML than he did in AEW. Touche for him. Good. We loved Andrade. Then got put into, as you say, obscurity. Oh, I'm going to go back to WWE. Money's there. The wife's there. Okay. I fucking forgot Andrade was in the WWE until he was on this show again.
I believe that. And now you can forget about him again for about 8 months.
Yeah.
Because we're going to give Santos a title shot, which I'm kind of happy about because Santos is obvious. Maybe I'm wrong, but Santos is probably going to lose that match.
I would imagine.
Daily and Night. If Andrade, here's the other thing. Andrade is now essentially the vet to put over Carmelo.
Yeah.
That's what they're using him for, which to me is, I don't understand that. Build up on Andrade, give him LA Knight.
We're getting to Carmelo LA Knight, right?
Yeah.
That's the end.
I think it's the end, but now how long are we going to keep this road going for it?
Oh, it's a windy road.
It's a windy road for sure. I just don't want it winding all the way to WrestleMania because I think that's too long of a windy road. Since right now, your division is Santos, Andrade, and Carmelo? Maybe Logan? Logan's gone for a while.
We don't need to touch on Logan right now. Out of wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
If you don't know, look it up yourself.
Look it up yourself. Also, props to Dom for also giving him probably one of his worst interviews in the sense of Dom put him in his place a little bit, which was fantastic. But
yeah, we definitely, I don't think we see Logan until Royal Rumble.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Now, we don't see Logan until Royal Rumble.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Stupidity. So essentially that was SmackDown. We were going to kind of break it up, but whatever. Let's trickle over to Raw.
We did what we did, so deal with it.
We did what we did. Where do you want to start on Raw?
I'm starting with the Eradicator. We've mentioned Dom. Let's go right there.
Okay.
This opening segment, I loved.
I did too.
Everything about it.
I did too.
Talking shit about Dom, how it didn't go deep enough when he stabbed her in the back. And then...
You heard that before.
You've heard that before, Dom. And then Liv and Dom in the audience just trying to egg her on. And fucking Priest coming out. Priest has just got this aura around him that's unbeatable at this point.
He does. I told you. I said that last week. There's something... Since he lost the title, he is fucking a million times better.
Yep. He's free, if you will. He just seems free and not... It's just beautiful. And the way he was ragdolling Dom around in the back area and then Liv's jumping on his back, that was a beautifully shot segment.
The Judgment Day, we have shit on it for years. It's carrying Raw.
Yeah.
It's carrying just the intricacies that's in it right now. This is where it should have, and I know there's always that slow burn to get to the heat. We've been through a lot of different Judgment Days.
Yes.
This one might be it, and these may be the best opponents for Judgment Day. I love that JD is back to just being a fucking punching bag.
Yeah. just get knocked around.
The downfall is they need to drop the titles. They need to drop the titles before. I know WWE buries tag team champions anyway. They have been. But just get the titles off of them because they came out and interfered. Give them to the Creeds. Give them to you and me. Just get the titles away from the Judgment Day right now because they don't need them for this storyline. Yeah. And or they're not going to be defended in this storyline because there's nobody to defend them against.
There really isn't. No. And do they give it to the Wyatt 6, though? 6?
I hope not.
Because I don't either. I hope they don't either because who else is going to take it off? You just destroyed your former tag team champions with Bronson.
Yep.
Taking out R-Truth and Miz. Where else are you going with? Who else are you going to drop these titles to?
American made.
Are they though?
There's no other tag.
There isn't.
Give another tag team.
And besides Alpha Academy, I cannot.
I don't even think they're a tag team. They're just a group. You just made me mad right there. We just mentioned about 4 tag teams over on SmackDown that aren't doing anything. There's only 2. There's only 2 on Raw.
We'll give it credit. There's 4. One's about to break up in the New Day, and the Authors of Pain just got to look like a joke.
Oh, I forgot that they're even around. Again, see? They're
shitting on tag teams.
I'm almost ready for who can we throw together.
They're getting to that point.
To get the tag team titles off of these guys.
Well, let's be honest. They did that at WrestleMania. R-Truth and Miz were not a team.
No.
They were polar opposites of the spectrum. They brought them together because they used to be a tag team at one point.
But let's keep stirring this pot. Tell me 2 people that you can throw together on Raw. There it was.
Yes. Odyssey Jones and Kofi Kingston.
Great.
That's legitimately their option right now.
Is anybody behind them?
No. Bronson's going to go through half your roster before you get done fucking putting together teams.
How about give the tag... I know it's going to sound stupid. Give the tag team titles to fucking Bronson Reed. He's taking out 2+ people a week.
Agree. Braun Strowman won the tag titles with a 10-year-old. But it's not that far of a stretch for Braun Strowman or Bronson Reed to take this.
Right.
Take it as himself.
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling. Nobody cares.
It's a storyline at least.
It's not that serious.
Right. Because then you could have you could build up a tag team that could take out Bronson Reed. But then you're going to do him a disservice for when he goes after the IC title.
Well, you could go after the IC title, they're just never going to give it to him.
No, I know. Is it? No, I just ruined this. It's Jay and Sammy that's going to win it next week.
Oh, that's right, they are. No, you know what? Well, maybe they do put it on them for a couple weeks.
I bet you it is.
Yeah, because
reminded me that they have the match.
I forgot about that. Priest is going to come out, fuck him up, or Rhea's going to come out, fuck him up, and it's going to be over. Yeah, you're right. Then
the titles are away from them. We can rehash whatever. Maybe it's whatever, but Carlito Priest, Finn was out. We kind of talked about this. The Wyatt promo was okay. I'm losing it. I know we had this talk last week, but I need substance, not rehash. R.I.P. Rehash Bray.
It's a tribute story right now. Like we said last week, until they make that transition into them actually being horror movie villains, it's going to stay that way.
We need it quicker.
We need it quicker, and we need it to happen. Give me it in October.
I like the group of Zoe, Sonya, and Shayna. They're all fighters.
Yeah.
Pure Fusion sounds like a drink at a lemonade stand or a smoothie stand or something.
I like to think that Shayna Baszler knows that terminology from either Warhammer 40,000 or some other video game or some other game that she plays, and bullied the other two into taking that name as what they call themselves.
I don't even know that game.
Warhammer?
Yeah.
So I knew because I follow her on Instagram, some of her gear has been steered towards that. And it used to be a popular thing when I was in school. Like, a lot of the kids in my grade used to pick it up, play it, and whatnot. And one of my friends still does it now. Scott does. Still plays that a little bit
Shout
and
out
all
to
that.
Scotty play.
Yeah.
It was his birthday this week.
It was his birthday. Happy birthday, Scott, on that note as well. So, look, we're also dropping Warhammer for you. But, I have to feel like it comes from that.
What was that band? I'm sorry, I'll cut you off. What was the band that... Wasn't there some type of war in their name, too? That came out.
War?
Oh, yeah, that's
War,
it.
yeah.
Close enough.
You were on it. I knew. The only one I could think of was that's the closest thing to war that I could think of, to be honest. I have no idea what music they... I know they're heavy, death, fucking metal, and they dress like fucking monsters, but, yeah.
What's that, Mark? That's the show blowing up.
What do you mean? We're hitting that niche audience right there. So
go ahead.
I don't think war fans. Honestly, that was it. She just bullied them into taking that name on. I feel like so.
On Raw, I thoroughly enjoyed the Randy, Gunther, Drew, and Punk thing. You did?
Neat. No, I loved it.
Oh, okay.
But I was trying to build it up, but it was finally something different because it ended up being, Gunther and Randy were talking, it's your traditional promo, but then out of nowhere we got Punk and Drew just fucking fighting nobody knew they were fighting, and then they were fighting each other.
Yeah.
It's beautiful because they're interrupting World Heavyweight Championship matches. Like, we've seen it in the past where they'll do these kind of run-ins, but it's during throwaway matches, it's whatever. This is during a world title promo, and it led to the world champion getting dropped with an RKO. It was beautifully done, how they did that.
And it set up their next match. You understood that, right?
Yep.
Because nobody's going to be able to run.
Exactly.
It seems like this is a little bit of a teaser. It's a season of being tethered together.
Yeah.
WWE is going to do this. Like, I think there's going to be blood and guts on this match between Punk and Drew. Like, more blood than we've seen in WWE in a while.
They're going to be bleeding bad. Bleeding like Jerry used to say, bleeding like a stuck pig. It's going to be bloody. It's going to be brutal. People are going to get lacerated. This is going to be a Hell in a Cell match you have not seen. It's not going to be a sedated Hell in a Cell match when it happens.
Yeah. You really think it's a Hell in a Cell? No, I think it's a strap match.
I don't think it's a strap match. I think it's Hell in a Cell.
So the belt that he was holding, he says, I have an idea.
If they do a strap match, it's a throwaway match on Raw. Or it's a Bash in Berlin.
I was already thinking it was a Bash in Berlin.
Okay, you're thinking Bash. Yeah.
Leading to what you said.
It said Hell in a Cell, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying now. Got it.
Yeah. They have to do something. Those two have to do something at Bash in Berlin, or people in Berlin are going to be like, the best show, the best story you have going right now isn't over here.
Yeah, and to your point, let's take it back a notch. We've only seen a special referee match between these two. We haven't seen it escalate past. So to your point, the foreshadowing with the belt, the strap, whatever it is, that gets them over the hump where they're just going to beat the shit out of each other. Maybe there's not a definitive winner in that. And then they get the Hell in a Cell. Or, you know what I mean?
This will probably be the first strap in a strap match that you've seen broken. Thus,
yeah, somebody runs away.
We need to confine these people now for the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Or they both their arms fall out of it. The rope, the strap, whatever they're using, ends up on the outside. There's a bait and switch, and a new one gets put in, and it is because it's going to be rough with Drew and Punk pulling on this MFer to keep it together if it's a doctored strap.
Yeah.
So I would think there'd have to be another one somewhere that once they both go back at it, it not shatters, because I don't think leather shatters, does it?
No. Anyway. Or one desperately wants to get away and has a knife, scissors, something stored somewhere, something sharp that they can just cut it, and run. Essentially.
That better be done good, though, because we've seen shit with keys not work. We've seen stuff with
all of it.
Yeah.
I think you have to test that a couple times.
One of those seatbelt cutters is what you need.
Exactly. Just quick, dirty, get out.
Yeah.
And it probably should be made of pleather so that it breaks easier.
Yeah. Agreed. We've talked about Reed beating the Christ out of everybody. Main event was Sammy and Braun, 2 out of 3s. I didn't know it was going to be 2 out of 3s. Did that happen?
I saw it.
Night? Not midnight, but like mid-show or something?
I saw it advertised mid-show, but then I was like, that's when I was like, oh, this is 2 out of 3 falls. Okay, I thought it was just Sammy Braun again. But yeah, it must have happened mid-show, or we just missed the memo on it. One of the two.
This is the Braun. Again, I will go back to this. This is the Braun that I want. I know it was 2 out of 3, one quick but he held his own. There was depth to this match. There was not just a spear and out the door. I knew Sammy wasn't winning.
Right. No, you're right. We had a competitive match. We're putting it on, going back and forth. We're getting fancy fucking camera angles taking us right through the barricade with both of them.
Right.
You're absolutely right. This is maybe what, at least some remnants of this match should have been SummerSlam. Instead of whatever the fuck SummerSlam was.
SummerSlam was the worst event of these two out of their 3 events so far.
Yes. 100%.
On the biggest stage that you could have given them.
You just dropped the turd.
This could have been your SummerSlam match. The first match could have been your SummerSlam match.
The first match should have been the SummerSlam.
Should have been your first match.
Exactly, and then you build off of it. You prove us wrong the first match.
Yeah.
Prove the first match wrong, I don't know. But it was fantastic nonetheless.
Yeah, I agree. Anything else you like about WWE? You don't like about WWE? You're pandering about WWE?
You know what? Just keep cooking. Cooking with gas.
Yeah.
Get us the bash and then get us the bad blood.
I really think, and this is to all the fans over in Berlin, bring it. I think Berlin may be the sleeper and the winner of that question at last asked. The winner of the question of the last Ask Can Crushers. I think Berlin is going to be unbelievable. The crowd.
I hope so, because I'm hoping they surpass what France did.
Yeah. Because the United States isn't doing it.
Well, the U.S. isn't. We're spoiled. We're spoiled with all the wrestling that we get. We're never going to bring it.
No.
Unless you're in the hotbed. Chicago, Philly, LA sometimes.
But they sing the difference. Like, they will sing Punk song.
Yeah.
They won't get Randy's right. Or they'll do Seth fucking Rollins' whoa, whoa, whoa. But they won't sing something else right.
No, yeah.
The international ones are preparing. They're getting all 50,000 people together. All right, this is a song we're going to sing tonight. Like they're creating their own like group or Reddit or whatever, saying these are songs that everybody needs to memorize because these are the people we're singing for. Love them or hate them, doesn't matter. This is where we're going to do the show. Yeah.
Yep. This is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing. You know what we're doing?
We're getting ready.
We're going to take a break and head to AEW.
Let's do it.
I don't know how you tasteless trash stumbled upon this podcast, but you happen to be graced by the podcast Can Crushers that had the greatest wrestler on for an interview. That's right, it's me, the big boss of the Iron City Wrestling Academy, the big boss of IWC, Big Boss Glenn Spector, and you're listening to the Can Crusher Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. It is AEW time. It's time for a collision, maybe?
Well, maybe not collision. Maybe
one match.
I know we haven't mentioned collision in a hot minute, but I'll tell you why. Darby and Hologram against the premium athletes. All right. FTR and the Outrunners was a fun match. It was fun. The Outrunners are amazing. You guys know how much we love FTR. Roosh and Preston Vance. Swerve and Ishii, not even like a main event, just thrown on the card. Maximum Male Models and Top Flight talked for a little bit. Sheeta destroyed a local. The Bang Bang Scissor Gang, and well, not the Bang Bang Scissor Gang, the Bang Bang Club against the House of Black with Christian as ref. Okay, so that there was ramifications there. I hated how it ended.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a shitty end to the match, if you will.
A 9 count and then a spear to make it 10. Wouldn't that reset the 10 count?
Yeah, but Christian's a heel, so it's wrestling, right?
Right.
I mean, that's why Mother Wayne is the tag team champion and Luchasaurus is not. Killswitch is not.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
But there was one match that should have been main event for at least one person in her home fucking state to have a match like this, which was pretty goddamn awesome. Thunder Rosa against Deonna Purrazzo in a bull rope match on second. Boy, was I pissed.
What's the old saying?
Open the card with it or close the card with it.
What's the Jericho saying? Second match is the death match. Isn't that what he said before? Yeah.
This match should have been. This was kind of their blow-off match, right? They've been having a feud for a bit now.
Yeah, they had the street fight a few weeks ago and all that. This would be the
several normal matches.
Yeah.
What happened in this match should have happened over at Wembley, first and foremost. I will say that until I'm blue in the face. Not even a 0-hour match, because I would have been pissed her. That's not a word. Pissed her if this was a 0-hour match.
Yeah.
You put it second on Collision, and I'm standing for Thunder Rosa wholeheartedly, in her home fucking state. To have a bull rope match, what was unbelievable. Thunder Run, clearly, home state, da-da-da-da-da. But she was as bloody as Stone Cold was in that match. Stone Cold. That's the way everybody remembers.
Blood from the stone.
Yeah. This was unbelievable. It was, I think Shivani said, it was Violence Texas style. Unbelievable. If you have not seen that match, on Collision. Look up the Thunder Rosa Deonna Purrazzo bull rope match. Absolutely fucking great. I'm so mad at AEW. Not these women. They brought it. This was a great match. I can't tell you enough about this match. Second, on a shitty Collision.
In my opinion, this is last. You put the 6-man tag first, and that's how, and then bookend the shit in the middle, and then you're fine.
Darby Hologram started the show off. Oh, fan-fucking-tastic. Is Hologram just that idiot that I didn't like? They just fucking repackaged him.
No, he was, I think in CMLL, he's a legitimate star in Mexico. And then
So he's not Gravity.
This is not Gravity. This is not Who Forgot Neville. Or Pac, if you will. This is a guy that's really good. But now he's named Hologram, which is the stupidest goddamn name that I've ever heard of.
When was the first time, and I mean this wholeheartedly because I'm going to get back to something, when was the first time you've seen a hologram? Like, what blew your mind when you saw a hologram? What was the thing you're like, holy shit, this is actually pretty cool?
I don't remember.
Like, when there was a hologram sticker?
Oh, like like the actual hologram sticker I have on my desk right now.
I didn't even mean that.
Well, yeah, but I have it on here. It was the movement of it, right? You're kind of looking at the sticker and you're like, the fuck? And then like any hologram.
Right.
Just, it's in the air. It's just feels like future technology.
See a hologram. I'll put it that way. Well, like, I'll ruin mine right now because this is what I'm getting to. I didn't know what a hologram was until it was on the fucking back of an Upper Deck baseball card. That was like their that blew my mind. When Upper Deck came out and they started using those as like, this is the real shit. I'm like, oh my god. Like, Upper Deck was the card to collect. Like, because they had that hologram on the back. Like, everybody else, Bowman, Topps, Donruss, all like, fuck, we just have a piece of cardboard with a picture on it.
Yeah.
Upper Deck put that hologram on. That was the first time I remember seeing a hologram in my life. So we're talking like 7th or 8th grade for me.
I can't remember the exact time when I saw it. I know I saw it before this, but I go back to the Pokemon cards where you get the hologram Pokemon cards because they were rare, like a hologram Charizard. And that shit's selling, I think, for a lot now. So, you have those cards and it's like, well, fuck, this is cool. The background's kind of fucking popping. He's popping off and all of that. I know that's not the first time I've seen it, but I know that, and I remember Pogs having fucking Pogs.
Fucking Pogs.
But they have fucking holograms on those.
God, I haven't heard about Pogs in forever.
This is the third time I've thought about Pogs this year, and I hadn't thought about it since 8th grade before that.
We need to bring them back.
I think I have a Pog binder somewhere in this house, to be honest. If it's not here, it's at my mother's house.
Yeah. Watch Thunder Rosa and Deonna in their bull rope match.
We've gone off the deep end.
Let us know the first time you saw a hologram. Like, it was a sticker on the back of Upper Deck.
On the Upper Deck, I know exactly what sticker you're talking about. Yeah,
it was a baseball field.
Yep, the little diamond, yep.
Then a couple years later, they started making full cards, like hologram. You get a Mike Mussina hologram card, you're like, this is the greatest thing in the world. And no disrespect to Mike Mussina, I loved him, but my mind just went to Mike Mussina all of a sudden. That era.
But to that point, I think it was because you had the Pokemon cards coming out, and they were holograms, so fucking Upper Deck, and that's like, we gotta match that shit somehow, some way.
They did.
They did, and they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Unintended.
Pogs. Listen, this is... Welcome to the 80s, 90s.
Nostalgia unleashed.
Right? Dynamite starts, and I have some beef, okay?
Okay, what's your beef?
I love Camille. This is not the role for her right now.
She looked, to me, weak as hell.
Yeah.
And you know where I'm going to go with this? They're setting her up for failure because they're going to set her up to be the fall to Hayter coming back.
Yep.
Hayter's going to be she's going to be in this, she's going to be involved in the TBS title match, whatever. So Mercedes keeps it. They're going to gang up on Britt. Hayter's going to come back and wipe the floor with Camille. Camille is being booked so wrong right now.
If you watch wrestling, you know the unbelievable run that Camille had in NWA when NWA was hot and her contract ran out. So she dropped the title. She did everything right. Instantly signed by AEW, essentially. Just put on the shelf until. And I think it was until they knew when Jamie was okay to be coming back.
Yeah.
Like you just said. I know they probably didn't want to book her as another Jade coming in and running roughshod because we've seen that. I just don't. Her pedigree in wrestling alone, what she did for NWA, I know she's in there with the two biggest stars in AEW right now. Maybe it's a little bit too much for her, but it's not enough because she's a legit wrestling champion, right? She just looked out of place with Mercedes.
I think she needed to be on that run of Jade for this to work for her. And she should have been around since she's been signed. Because even if they were to pull her into the Mercedes role and that's how they bring her back to Dynamite or something like that, put her on Collision, let her run roughshod for 4 months, and then bring her to Dynamite as the strong person, she then has a reputation within AEW. It's not, oh, you're here for 2 weeks and then we're going to job you to Hayter. It's, right. You're here for 4 months.
Fuck shit up.
You're going to fuck shit up and then you'll get Jamie Hayter to kind of put you in your place a little bit and move on. Outside of Jamie Hayter, this is another classic example of AEW not liking people that are tall, big, muscular, strong, and just putting them in a different place. It's like Tony Khan is enacting some sort of weird revenge on people that just are bigger than the others that they compete against.
As much as WWE, piggyback what we just said, hates tag team wrestling, Tony Khan hates big people.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
100%.
100%. There's no other words to describe that. It's a common occurrence now. Camille should be a big star. Lance Archer should feel like a threat, not a 3-match threat. Same with Cage. Same with Hobbs. Same with Wardlow. Same with anybody that's walked through that goddamn door that's been a big person that seems like a monster. Every single time, they're just shit on.
Yeah, I agree. How about this? Camille could have came over, so you know booking that you're going to put Camille with Mercedes. You know this 5 months into Mercedes' ankle injury.
Yeah.
Right? You know that. Get Camille in. Let her run roughshod for a while. Mercedes comes in. She does her shtick. Maybe gets attacked a little bit. She starts popping out. Old school thing. Listen to this. It's going to blow your mind. Old school thing. She's watching Layla Hirsch against Layla Gray. Or she's watching, Camille against the Bunny. Or she's watching a litany of women. Oh my God, what's Mercedes doing out here? Oh, she's scouting competition. Somebody, Nigel knows that she's scouting competition. So they think. Mercedes gets attacked one more time by Britt.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, Britt is in the ring doing a spiel. Mercedes comes out and says, guess what? Now you have this to worry about. You can't just fucking attack me from behind.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Now we know that she's got 25 victories under her belt.
Yep.
And now she's aligning with the champion? Boom! Legitimacy. It makes sense. She's a big woman. She's going to protect the champ because she's on her fucking payroll.
Yeah.
This is, hey, I have a friend. Oh,
No,
cool. People that don't know her don't know her.
they just know her as a muscular woman that's coming to play. That's it.
Yeah. There was no build for Camille, and I feel so bad for her.
I agree. They needed to do a lot more for her. I love the way you planned that out. It's almost like when the managers were looking after Macho Man, and then he ended up going Miss Elizabeth or something like that. You know what I mean? It's a reverse scenario, but it's the same concept. It's we're scouting for is he our best candidate? Is she who's the best to protect our asses when we start mouthing off? Because that's what you need. You need the muscle. This isn't the learning tree with Jericho and the Redwood. This is a fucking, I need somebody to protect my back. And you've just made it look stupid.
Yeah. Right. From beating up the kid that we don't know who it was, because yes, we just saw Britt in the crowd a couple weeks ago. So that's where Camille goes. Britt's music hits, so she instantly looks towards she is, I don't know, who is the big guy in WWE, WWF, that couldn't speak? Luke Gallows before he was...
Oh, Festus?
Yeah! That's where Camille is right now. To me. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what, of all the comparisons I thought you would make, Festus was not one of them.
Well, good. Because she's not Diesel yet. She's
not
fucking Diesel and Shawn, if that's the storyline they're trying to make.
But they also made Diesel legitimate. You know what I mean? He wasn't getting fooled left and right. Camille needs to start wrestling.
Yeah, she needs to start wrestling, and Britt was in the ring 30 seconds before Camille turned around.
Yeah.
It's not on her. It's nothing against Camille. This is all the booking.
Yeah, it's booking.
Garbage. I really fucking loved Hangman and Lethal, by the way.
They were so good. I love that Hangman jumped Lethal when they were trying to do that interview with Jeff Jarrett and all that.
Yeah.
Jumped them. Let's go. We're not even waiting. That was chef's kiss. That's the way to make him look even more fucking villainous and dastardly.
I think you're right, though. Again, we're gonna get Hangman Jarrett again, right?
I think we get that one more time. I literally now think we'll get Hangman Jarrett one more time. But I hate to say it, but I think your main event's ending and Hangman's going to interject himself somehow.
Well, that's why I know Hangman doesn't need to be on the card to be...
Yeah.
But you put him on the card against Jarrett to give us, not pun included, a Swerve that he's more worried about his match than he's worried about Swerve. And then at the end of the night, he's back swerving where he wants to.
Yeah.
But he needs to be on the card. So the distraction is there.
I'm going to call this. He's going to swerve to the end of the night.
That way too much, you're going to blow my mind. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're going to back off it. But he's going to fuck up the ending. And this is just speculation.
Don't give away our spoilers for a couple weeks.
This isn't a spoiler. I'm just going to give away one thing that I'm thinking because I don't think this is going to happen. Actually, you know what? I'm going to back off of it. Hangman's going to interject himself somehow, some way. Thinking about it now, it might be my ending. I don't know. We'll see.
Listen, there was some cool stuff on Dynamite, and I'll let you go here shortly. But the best thing to me on Dynamite was our girl. The Mariah fucking promo. I rewound and watched it again.
That line at the end.
The line at the end, the whole thing
was
unbelievable. I'm like, yes. I'll give this one away. If they don't give her the title and they just did that for her, for this, I'm going to lose my shit. By the way, we didn't tell you in segment 2 when Ask Can Crushers was. We will here in a minute. That was the teaser.
We talked about it. Yeah, we held off. We were holding off till the end.
They put too much into that to not give her the title. So my pick against Toni Storm, here it comes. Mariah May is your new champion. I don't care if Jesus Christ and Mary walk into the ring. Mariah is kicking both of their asses.
I don't think it was ever up in the air from either of us that Mariah was walking out of there. But this promo further solidified it.
Yeah. It might be one of the best promos they've done in a while, at least.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't care about Kyle or Girardi.
See, I liked the match. I thought it was a good match. I thought you had 3 very talented individuals in the match, and I think that's what stood out to me. I think Kyle getting really frustrated at the end is talking to a turn for Kyle in the future here. Because he was pissed that he lost the match.
As long as it's not Rocker Kyle that's coming back.
I think it's going to be Kyle I think Kyle's going to go to the Undisputed Kingdom. I think they're going to finally reunite. It could be Rocker Kyle. He could just be jamming along on the belt when they got the tag titles if he wants to. But
because Adam Cole's not coming back anytime soon.
No, he's not. No.
Prove us wrong, TK. But I don't think so.
Didn't he sign a 3-year deal?
And he just moved back to Pennsylvania. Not that you can't live in Pennsylvania and not work for AEW or anything like that. I'm just saying. There might be some bad blood there.
Yeah.
Between some things.
Mm-hmm.
Claudio talking to Okada was good.
Claudio's talked way better before. What happened in this promo? He kind of felt like he went back to WWE days and just was struggling.
The match is probably going to be a technical fucking classic.
Yeah.
The build up to this has been
absolute trash.
Barry Horowitz against the fucking Brooklyn Brawler. It's been god awful.
Yeah. To that point, Okada's carried the whole fucking thing.
He has.
Promo wise, because he can talk.
I don't know what happened to Claudio.
I don't know either, and it seems like the BCC is just completely disbanded. Besides Yuta coming out to the fucking Titantron, so maybe he's just lost his way. He's lost his smile at this point because BCC is no longer a thing.
I hate that. Lost my smile too. Next time I see Tony Schiavone, I'm going to punch him in the face. Now, everybody knows, okay?
Oh, I can't wait to
Megan Nelson, by the way, I know you do stuff for Tony Schiavone. I've told Tony at WrestleK before. Tony Schiavone, when I think of baseball announcers, I always liked, I like Lanny Fratteri because one, he was what I grew up with being in the Pittsburgh area. I always got him. So I kind of looked at him. Damn it, it's slipping my mind. The Dodgers wanted to just retired past.
Vin Scully.
Vin, yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed him. I would listen to those guys. I'm like, man, when I become a broadcaster, I want to take pieces of this, pieces of that. before baseball, and I'm watching Jim Crockett Promotions, NWA, I loved Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone has been more than Jim Ross has and Gordon Soley has. Like, Tony Schiavone is my wrestling, who I wanted to be in wrestling.
Yeah.
All right? I gave him its sting.
Yeah.
I don't want its hook.
Hmm.
I fucking hate that. And it's nothing against Hook, and it's nothing against Sting. Don't. It's not his thing.
It's so... when he did that, I was like, no. Don't do that. Just... why?
His Hook's going to be on TV every week shortly again.
I get that, but why are we doing this again?
Yeah.
Just let it die with Sting.
Right.
Let it die.
I didn't like it Sting, but now I despise it as a Hook.
I think the Sting thing was fine. It was what it was, right? But
the first time Sting came out, and it was what? Winter break, winter belong, storm is coming, whatever that, when Sting first came to AEW, and he said, it's Sting! And I know he said it back in the WCW days as well. But it was, okay, reminisce, let's just talk about this.
Right.
Then it became every week it's Sting, and it just lost its mojo.
Right.
It's already dead with Hook.
It never should have began with Hook. It should have been just left on the side of the road type thing.
That's my bitch about Tony Schiavone.
I mean, it's a good one.
Well, it was. Thanks. The FTW title is going to be going back to Hook shortly.
Mm-hmm. Well, it has to go back at All In, right?
Right. Well, he's got to face Big Bill this week and yada, yada, yada. Are we getting the closure of the learning tree then? Because this title run with him is why he's the learning tree, right?
Yeah.
Is Jericho turning into something else here after he loses to Hook? Does he take a break?
What would he turn into?
He goes back to anything else again.
I just want to guess what kind of ridiculous shit it could be. Like, okay, so we've got the learning tree. We had the late champion. We had what the hell?
Wizard.
A wizard.
He's brought the Painmaker over.
Painmaker, the fuckstick, the list guy, whatever. Is he the deck board now? Is he the boat captain? Is he going to try to get Boat over because Natalya couldn't get over?
Does he bring Tugboat in then? Would Fred Haltman make an appearance with Jericho?
Well, you know what? Let's back this up here because we just went down there. Maybe they bring in Fred Haltman, but is not Natalya a free agent or did she resign? And I forgot about that. Okay, wasn't sure. That would have been perfect opportunity.
Under the rug, she resigned.
Yeah. Boat captain could have brought her in to be the boat.
And they should have threw money at her, by the way.
Oh, I agree with that.
As much as I kind of always am on against Natalya, which you would have done for this division in the women.
Yeah.
Her and Camille right now, her and Hayter, her and any of the stars, letting her do her thing. Because what's she doing right now? Oh, I don't know. When's the last time Natalya's been on TV?
I couldn't even tell you. Was it... Shit, it was earlier this year, I thought. I mean, wasn't her and Tegan... It was the last time her and Tegan teamed up, whenever the hell that was, because Tegan hasn't been around since God knows when.
Yeah. Thanks, Tony Schiavone. That's all because of you. The Bucks and Acclaimed. I wanted more. I wanted something different.
A definitive end.
Yeah.
I wanted the Acclaim to lose this.
To get them out of the picture.
Get them out of the picture because then it's FTR. Because it was clearly FTR was coming in to take the spot at All In.
That's what we thought.
That's what we thought.
That's what we hope still.
Right. Now we have Saturday to determine that order, and whoever gets it's going to get it. I guarantee you the Bucks are going to come out, and it's going to be a triple threat.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Because, listen, otherwise, without one of these three teams on All In, isn't it a true disservice to all of them, though?
Yeah.
I mean, as much as me and you right now are not on Acclaimed.
No.
Not whatsoever. But there's still people that go apeshit crazy for them.
Well, and let's also put it this perspective. The Acclaim is in a weird place where they're either heel or they're face. And it's because Bones is face and Caster is heel, Bones is face. Nobody can balance it right now.
Right.
They need to pick a direction with the team or do something with that. I think that if they don't get into All In, that's the perfect catalyst to either A, break up the team and turn them against each other, or B, turn them both heel and then just disrupt the tag team title match.
And either of those options are good.
Yeah.
But not a triple threat.
Not a triple threat.
I agree.
Although we're saying it's good now if they break up that tag team title match, we'll be pissed because we're going to get Bucks and FTR 5. I think it's on 5. And then that ends it. You want to ride?
No, I think it's best of 7.
Between them? Oh, yeah.
There's still more.
Oh, yeah. There's at least 3 more matches. I agree with that.
Yeah.
They're just spread out.
Months, years apart, yeah.
Yeah.
The Danielson vignette was good. Not as good as Mariah's. It was good.
Did they give it away, though? You don't play Green Day, Time of Your Life, Good Riddance, without that being the swan song.
Listen, he's been saying, Van Vliet has had him, several people are like, I'm supposed to have surgery already.
Yeah.
He's like, if Wembley is his last match, he's alright with it.
This week he said, I'm ready for it to be over.
Yeah. When he does leave, okay, yes, he's still going to be signed by AEW. Yes, he's still going to be around. You don't see Danielson for a minimum of 6 months. And this is even depending on surgery.
Yeah.
If he goes through with the surgery and doesn't do take time in his holistic thing and all that stuff that he does do to maybe get better. He has surgery. We might not see him for a year.
Yeah, at minimum.
But I'm not giving anything away, but yeah, you had the time of your life. I think that gave it away.
Yeah.
In retrospect, which we kind of started this segment off with.
Mm-hmm. I do think they fast-tracked the end of it. Because I think he is that bad off. He needs the surgery. He's recognizing he needs it. He wanted to get to Tacoma at Wrestle Dream. But I don't think his body's letting him get to Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
So his goal then became, I have to get to All In. And that's where I'll end it.
Maybe he's at Wrestle Dream for an update. You see him at All In. You don't see him till Wrestle Dream to wave and say, I'm still on the roster. I'm not wrestling anymore. I'll be here backstage. I might do this. I might do that, but I won't be here for XYZ number of days because I've elected to have surgery. Yeah. I love you, Tacoma. I love you, Washington. Woo!
Then again, they're pulling the wool over our eyes.
Or he's fucking
one
champion,
more fucking match.
And he loses it at Wrestle Dream.
And I think the only way they do that is Swerve and Paige are fighting it all out. I don't know. Who knows? And then one of them faces them again at Wrestle Dream to get the title.
There, yep.
I don't know.
Because of weird endings.
Weird endings.
Leave it at that. Predictions in a couple of weeks, by the way. Then you have exactly what I said last week. Swerve was just going to beat the snot out of Yuta, and he beat the snot out of Yuta.
They beat the shit out of Yuta.
Yeah. And Danielson comes in to almost make a save, but doesn't. He gets kicked in the face. AEW was good.
AEW was good.
It wasn't great, but it was good.
Yeah.
There was parts that blew me away, and they did stuff. Like I said, between even Collision, they built something, like we said, for the middle of the pack. The main matches are made.
Yeah.
Why do I need to not start watching at 9 o'clock? Well, I know it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but
right.
Why don't I have to start watching at 3 o'clock compared to 11? Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Willow and Ishii and Stat Stokely is not making me turn it on at 11 o'clock. I'm sorry. I know Willow's your girl.
Why? My question is, why will they not just let Willow and Stat go?
Right?
Why? I get getting Ishii on the card. Okay, great, whatever. But Stokely's not a wrestler.
Well, you know what this is. This is a fucking punishment.
Punishment, yeah. Oh, 100%. Against the Stone Pitbull, yeah, it's 100% a punishment.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, I wouldn't doubt Willow gets a couple shots as well. Like, I think Stat's taken out somehow. Yeah. A knee injury with the air quotes, and then it is decimate Stokely. I think maybe we don't see Stokely for a while after this. And Stat, which I think is needed, is a terrible human being by herself.
Yeah.
I don't know. But now time for the big announcement that was supposed to come segments ago.
Yeah.
Ask Can Crushers is coming back. All right, folks. We've had it written in pen, the date. So you have about a month to get your shit together, send it in, full episode of questions. No review that week because we have it planned out. There's not a pay-per-view before. There's not a pay-per-view after. There's no predictions. There's no results. There's none of that. September 21st is Ask Can Crushers.
Mark your calendars. Get it ready. Get the
make sure you get your shit in by the 19th.
Yes. Shit in by the 19th so that we can read it on air and answer your goddamn questions. We've already got one in the hopper. I like this one right now. I think this
a piece of paper. It's not even.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to remember it for a month. There's going to be times I'm going to forget it if I don't look at it. But this one, I think, this one's a fun one. I think.
Okay.
But it's going to make us think.
It's going to make us think. Fun and think.
Fun. Think a little bit.
I can't say I want good ones because you guys always bring them. We say it every show that we're like, how the hell did they think of this? What are we doing? It is definitely one of our favorite shows that we do each quarter and just bring Ask Can Crushers. Mm-hmm. You guys are amazing.
Yeah. You guys bring it every single time. Make us think about it every single time. We look forward to it every 3 months. But as soon as the one ends, we're looking forward to it again.
Again, if you guys want to send us questions every week, we'll answer a couple of them every week. That would be great. But I'm all for dedicating a whole show all the time for this because we're just like, So we kind of told you already what we're doing this week. I got nothing going on. I don't know how we're going to end this now because we already did it.
You know what? We're going to have great weekends. We'll have a great week. We're going to chug along. We're going to get ready for All In a week and a half. We got NCAA for us on the weekends.
Oh, clearly.
That's what we do. And we're just gearing up. We're gearing up for some damn good wrestling here coming in soon.
We really are. We have a lot going on. You know what? We have a lot going on Saturdays here in the near future. I have a trip to Cleveland, and then Pitt football starts, so that engulfs wrestling and football and weekends, and that's all that. But we thought normally after SummerSlam, there's a little bit of a lull. WWE says no, they're not giving us a lull this year. So I'm excited about that.
Which is fantastic.
AEW this is their time to build up for both of their big pay-per-views. I think we're fucking perfect timing. In our lives, wrestling, football, playoffs, and baseball are slowly getting set up.
Yeah, God, yeah.
For teams that are good. We'll just leave it at that.
There's been some rough weeks for me for fantasy baseball this year.
Yeah, I didn't mean fantasy-wise. I'm done. Peaced out. Just letting it ride the rest of the year. We have a fantasy draft coming up for football, so you'll be able to hear how Paw Patrol kicks everybody's ass again this year.
We're hoping, no. But, who the hell knows anymore. I got the drafts coming up. We're doing the drawing, not next week, I think the week after that. No, next week, maybe. Is it next week? I think week after. Everything's running together now. Week after. So we're doing draft orders, we're getting things ready. It's gonna be fun.
You got a wedding to plan.
I got a wedding to plan. We're doing things. We're making moves.
I got legal TV shit to plan. We're ready. We're good to go.
And on that note,
might be the only person on Can Crushers here in a couple months, depending on how the episode comes at me.
Ask Can Crushers will be myself.
All right, this is the way we end it. We love you. Remember, just because you're trash.
Hold on. You're a garbage can, not a garbage can, not. Make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them.
Because you never know.
Whoop whoop.